We have the hero events already. I've done some summons today. You'll see the video later on. I'll be posting it on the channel. But apparently on the final here reward for 60,000 points plus another 40,000 there, you can actually get Tatura, the legendary champion from the High Elves faction. So if you haven't been playing the game for a while, she was offered last Christmas. Okay, the year before. Okay, and she was actually the fusion, and it's actually a very good champion if you are progressing in the game, but it will take a lot of resources to do so, and we will have a Christmas fusion coming up soon. So you will have to understand that you'll be sacrificing something if you want to get her, and that's a lot of secrets or a lot of energy for doing champion training and leveling up your champions, because that's what's needed to get Tatura. So I have a Tatura leveled up already, and I'll try to explain to you guys on why she is good and where you can use her. Let's say for the clan boss, I'll just explain what she does. I won't actually take you through a run or a build, but I'll show you even on the Deadwood Jedi on how to make her work and why she's so good. But let's see my Tatura, which I built for this one. I don't really use her, not even for faction wars, for me personally, because I do have so many champions already that do what I want for that faction. But look at her, she looks pretty good. But overall, she is a defensive based champion that does very solid damage, and going for 100% crit is something that you'll be looking for. High defense, and of course your speed has to depend on what you're trying to do within the game specifically. So if it's specific for the clan boss, which many will be doing, then this has to be very, very accurate. Okay, so why is she so good? She's one of the few champions of the game that has this on the A2, the block debuffs buff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. The 3-turn cooldown is what makes it so special. The 2-turn duration, it's not that uncommon to see. There's epic champions that have this, but they have it on a 4-turn cooldown. Meaning, to run a specific team composition, you'll need to run them extremely fast or have something going very specific. But with Tatura, you allow your team to be much, much slower, and in that way, you protect them not only with the increased defense buff, which is amazing for defending against the clan boss's attacks, but the block debuffs is crucial for affinity-friendly runs and blocking the stun, which usually the stun messes up the rotations. All right, in terms of masteries, you'll be running Tatura with this one right here that you see with War Master there, and the defense right here. In terms of accuracy, do you need accuracy for her? Well, she does have the decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns on the A1, so if that's something that you're looking for, then you can run accuracy. Coincidentally, my build does have 250 accuracy, but I wasn't actually trying to get all that accuracy. It just happened to be, well, not removing gear from my good champions. But with these stats, we'll see some solid numbers that are average to good. Okay, average to good. And talking about clan boss, let me show you an example of a clan boss setup and how to understand on how that works very, very quickly. Here it is on the Deadwood Jedi calculator. All right, for clan boss, you'll have your average build, which I have right here with Skull Crown. I've got Frozen Banshee, Tatura there, Tyrell, and Kale. Okay, these are very basic. What you need to be doing is basically have Tatura, make sure the priority goes on the A2, so that this is always done instead of a different skill, so the A3 is not done over that. And then have the custom AI basically have Tatura go always with the A2 right before AoE number 2. And for Ultra and Clan boss, you would need to have Tatura be the slowest one. And for this example, I have her at 191 speed, and then Skull Crusher at 171. So she will unfortunately lose 1 turn of the buff from Skull Crusher, but the whole team will be affinity friendly. And in this way, you protect the whole team, and you also get that block debuff buff. This is how you make a very basic setup for clan boss. And I'm not going to go into specifics of other builds, right? Let's go actually see Tatura in action. In terms of damage, what can you expect in terms of damage from that build that you saw? Let's say we go into the Fire Knight Dungeon stage 20 with this team right here. It does have Tatura in there for the added protection. It does have Tatura with a good build. Defense on the aura through Apothecary there. Extra speed boosting. We have a defense down for Stag Knight. And then we're just trying to beat this dungeon. We need the multi-hits and some sort of turn meter control. This can be Armiger as an example. I didn't want to go heavy with the Spirit Champions, but I ended up going with 2 of them. So here, should go with Stagnite soon enough. There it is, the defense down at least. There's Tatura there with her damage. And look at that. Look at that damage for a defensive-based support type champion who will, after you know, a while, just really showing how strong this is. The big shield is there. The perfect deal is there. We have the increased defense now, block debuffs just in case. We have a reviver in our team. This is absolute, you know, fantastic. Look at that. Look at that A1, 85,000. So you see Tatura, it's not one of those game breaking characters like a Sifi, like a you know, all those void legendaries. I don't want to call out voids, but she's not like Duchess, good as Duchess, but she is a good champion. She's not an average legendary. So it is, I would say, solid for accounts out there. The thing is the block debuffs so important for you to build that sort of team and go for Tatura? If that's something in your mind, then you can go for her. But the requirement for this Heroes event is around 120,000 points in total for any player out there. And I did some calculations. So you need about 220 energy if you're just leveling 1 stars to get about 1,000 points. All right, if you get them from level 1 to level 6. And that's for level 1s. And depending on your rank ups and then your 2 stars, if you have more 3 stars available, and as you go up, the energy required is going to be there. And you're looking for maybe around the 10,000 mark at least in terms of energy. I'm not even going to talk about summons. I'm not even going to talk about rank ups. It's all about leveling up your food champions, and that also the time required. So if that is something that you're willing to put in all that effort, consider this as a champion tournament where your only enemy is your wallet. You're trying to beat up your wallet and actually get it to get Tatura, which is going to be a guaranteed legendary champion. It's all up to you. Actually, that was for 60,000 points. So it would be double that. It would be around the 20,000 energy mark. I actually didn't see. I was calculating how many I need. So I need 10,000 because I'm at 60,000 points right now. So I need another 10,000 energy to get Tatura. So it's all up to you guys to decide that. And if you have the mystery shards available, if you're willing to spend all that before the Christmas fusion, that might come, that might be a good champion. Who knows? We had Pixiniel who went to you know, balance changes to be usable, and I haven't even tried it yet. We had Tatura, which was a good fusion, but not as good as the fusion 2 years ago, which was Torment. And even before that, I mean, it was Sir Nicholas, but nobody was playing back then. Barely any people were playing. So there were these waves of good champions and bad champions. So who knows? Are they going to go with a bad champion this year or a good one? We'll just have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on Tatura? If you have her already, would you recommend players out there to get her? Let it known down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.